Hello. Tonight's message is a healing message, and it's going to pertain to a lot of people and some specific people. Because there's a lot of healing that needs to happen on the planet right now in a lot of souls, especially those that are transitioning this year or close to this year. And I do believe a soul starts to sense when their time is coming closer, because they do start to do certain things, and you do get a sense about it. I've been around enough people to experience the shift in the energy and the things that people want to talk about and discuss, and the things that people avoid talking about and discussing, depending on the individual. You know, some of us on this planet have an overwhelming desire to assist others in their journey, in their journey to find ease instead of dis-ease. Because when the soul is uneased, then it creates dis-ease, which becomes disease, because our emotions and our thoughts and our attention and our focus and our beliefs all combine, and they tell the body and the mind what to do, what to create, right? So that's how your reality is created, by everything that what you are giving your attention and focus and got your heart and emotions set on. So that will be the ingredients for your reality. So if you don't like your reality, then you need to change. You can adjust any one of those things at any time. You can adjust your attention to stop being here and just slightly maybe over here now. Oh, wow. It's a whole new world over here. Wow. How come I never noticed that? Well, because your attention was over here. Well, that's way better over there, though. How come I didn't notice it? Because your attention was over here. Wow. Well, why didn't I go there sooner? Because you were afraid to go somewhere new. You refused to take in a new thought, a new idea, a new perspective. You wanted to stay over here and defend the things, those little bits of knowledge that you had punched into your little memory bank, and you had to defend that little bit of knowledge and experience there, because some of it was like, oh, there was some awful stuff in there, and you just, you need to just keep focused on that for forever. You don't want to talk about nothing else. I mean, this was just, it was awful. It was awful. And you don't, wow, it really is nice over there. Oh, right. I just refuse to. Wow. Nope. Because see over here, my attention's on my shit. My attention's on my problems and my shit and my worries and my pains and the done me wrong songs and the worries and the woes and I I have so much, and oh, I'm so angry. Urgh, about this one thing. Urgh. Wow, sure is nice over there. Those people look so happy, but I'm too busy being mad about this thing. I'm telling you, it's just, it's the worst. I do look happy over there. But I have a right. I have a right to be upset and filled with pain and anger. Anger. You wouldn't believe how awful it was. I mean, I'm sure nobody on the planet, nobody else. I mean, there's billions of people dying and suffering and starving and living through wars and abuse and injustices and abandonments and all sorts of things, but none of them is as awful as mine. What happened to me, back when I was a kid, it happened to me. And they do look happy over there. Maybe, maybe those people that hurt me, that abandoned me, that didn't give me what I needed, the love that I needed, the support that I needed, when I needed it. Maybe those people were in pain too. Maybe they didn't know what to do. Maybe they didn't know how to help. Maybe they were parents before they were ready to be parents. Maybe they were hurt. Maybe there was stuff going on in their lives that I have no clue about because, I don't know what was going on in their lives. And, oh my God. And maybe because, maybe now that I can, quit hating and scrutinizing on my pain with such magnification, maybe I could take a step back and I could realize that maybe they were just a little messed up themselves. Maybe they didn't know what the hell they were doing, and they were doing the best they could with what they knew. And maybe maybe me being forever angry at them, they're not around anymore. Maybe that me being angry at them just, maybe that's like drinking poison. Ruining my day. So that I could feel justified in being right and having my right to be angry at them for doing that to me way back, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, years ago, days ago, hours ago, weeks ago. It's months ago. I wonder what's the difference between me and them people over there who look happy and filled with peace and joy. What's their problem? Weirdos. Oh, I think I see it. They're not carrying their old baggage with them. Well, it says on their list that they've been through some stuff, and some of it was yucky. Oh, yeah. Oh, if that happened to me, I would be still angry about that. Oh, yeah, I would never let that go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. They let it go. If you let it go, what happens? What happens? If you go, oh, well, their parents hurt them, and then their parents hurt them, and then they became my parents, and then they hurt me, and then I've been mad at them forever, and then it was my choice as to be a different parent. It was my choice to not be the angry parent. I got to choose that. I could have chose to be a better parent and make sure that I stopped that chain and I started a new chain, and I made sure, or did as best I could to make sure I didn't carry that on to the next generation. Yeah, I think that's what those happy people over there are doing. They're making sure that they don't mess up their kids. Because if they felt hurt and that no one was there for them when they needed help, and nobody gave them love and support and a hug and hey, I'm scared too, but we'll figure it out together kind of atmosphere. If nobody's given love and support and understanding in the scary moments of life, then how are there ever going to be any functional people having any joy in that kind of family tree? If the trunk of the family tree is determined to be rotten and constantly focused on all the done me wrongs, and I got a right to be angry, why do you want the right to be angry? So that you can keep this infestation of killing joy and constantly manifesting more and more dysfunction in this family tree. This family tree needs to be fumigated. There's disease in it. It needs a huge fumigation. It needs to let go of all those rotting, diseased old beliefs, thoughts. They're killing this fucking tree. This family tree needs a cleansing. This family tree needs a letting go. You are all dysfunctionally holding on to anger and pain and grief and of not having a beautiful, wonderful, loving, supportive parent, environment, home. And because you didn't get it, you didn't give it. Now, the mature person acknowledges when they messed up and when they've hurt others, and they feel bad and they apologize. And they say, I'm sorry. I was doing the best I could with what I knew. But now that I can see that my choices caused more pain than healing, and my choices to stay in the mode of anger didn't serve anybody at all, ever. And my choices to hang on to the pain that was done to me years upon years upon years ago has really, really caused a great, big, huge disease and dysfunction in my life path. And I can see that if I'm willing to admit that holding on to those pains and those injustices, the only thing that they have done is killed the joy in my life, and it has killed the joy in the lives of everyone around me, and it has killed love and kept it away, and it has caused me to cause pain to supposedly people that I profess to love, and that I was entrusted to care for. This is what holding on to my anger and my grudges and, oh, somebody didn't make the bestest decision in the world, so I have a right to hold that against them for the rest of their lives because, oh my God, I am absolutely perfect. I've never done nothing wrong. But, oh, you wouldn't believe what they did. Oh, you wouldn't believe what they did. I'm perfect. I never done no wrong to nobody, never, ever. So therefore, I don't have to forgive nobody, never, ever, because I never done nothing wrong, so I don't have to forgive nobody. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I must be perfect. That's why I'm living a perfectly happy, perfectly joyous, perfect, healthy, abundant life, because I'm perfect. Are you living a happy, perfect, just abundant life? Hanging on to your anger and your right to be angry? Or your right to your grief? Or your right to your injustices? Your right to your sadnesses? Or your right to, I'd be doing it better than them. I'd be running this place better than them. I'd be a better boss than them. I'd be a better blah, blah, blah. You know, you're judging everybody here, there, and everywhere. Except who's wearing your underwear. My guess is you, on the inside of your mind, you're probably just as ugly and judgmental to yourself, too. So there you go. You're wasting your life's energy, your soul's energy. We all give off energy. We are all putting our energy out into the humanity. Now, are you using your energy, your life force energy, to put a positive ripple out there in the pond? Are you putting your life force energy, your potential to create joy, your potential to create happiness, your potential to do unto others as you would have done unto you? So you're like, oh, well, someone done unto me once or twice, you know, I didn't like the way they did it, so I've decided to be miserable forever. And so there. seems pretty brilliant. Sure, right. If you're perfect and you never did nobody wrong, so. I hope my abundantly absurd and extreme expressions of how some people go through their lives and then get to the end, and then they're fearing the end, and they're still hanging on to them grudges. They're still deciding to be judges. You know what? Some of them will do it until their last breath. That's their choice. To live a life without any joy. To keep the love out. A soul, your source energy, that spark inside of all of these cells, that your essence. Say there is an essence, an energy field that leaves the body upon death. They've measured it. That's the soul leaving the body. They have those near-death experience things, and people have experienced leaving the body and then going somewhere, and then they have to come back because it's not their time. But eventually, we all have our time. Got to go through a little bit of a review process after there, when you go over there on the other side. And if you didn't resolve the lessons, like you're supposed to come in here and have experiences. It's a experiential learning. Experience any reality through what you focus your thoughts and your feelings on. That's how you create your reality. So, it's kind of sad if you choose anger and pain, because I know what focusing on angers and who done and what's wrong and just staying in those low energies, I know that creates the body to hold in a lot of negative energy. And our cells, our body is either alkaline, healthy, or it becomes acidic. And then the cells are not healthy, and they create things, diseases. I know from experience, since I've started my YouTube channel, I have lost 5 people, significant main characters in my reality. I watched them and was with them. I saw how the anger, holding on to that, what it did to them. So yeah, they're no longer with us. Some of them healed some of their stuff before they passed, and some of them did not. So I recommend healing as much as you can and letting that love back in. You came from love. you're going to return to it. You have to explain why you refused to express it while you were here. That's a hard pill to swallow. Harder one to explain. Say, well, you heard me here, so I decided anybody who got close to me after that, I was gonna mess them up too. You mean I could have let my anger go and been filled with happy and joy and made sure I did my best to help anyone else in my life who was hurting and suffering, and make sure that I was there for them, because I know how hard it hurt when somebody wasn't there for me. I could have made that choice. Instead of continuing on in anger, I could have chosen to say, yeah, I know it sucks when you don't have support from family, so I'm going to make sure everyone in my family feels my love and my support. If they're not in a good space, they're going to know that, hey, I might not have all the answers, but hey, we'll see what we can figure out together. That's what we'll figure out. We'll figure this out together. Okay? You're not on your own. You don't have to go making crazy, desperate decisions by yourself. You got me. You got family. You know. I'm going to make sure I give to you what I did not get I'm going to make sure I give to you what I needed when I was in that situation. I'm going to be the change I wanted to see in the world. I'm going to be the change by giving the love and the support and the joy and the kindness and the hand up and the healing and the hugs when I know somebody needs it. I'm going to be the change. I'm not going to stay part of the problem. I'm going to be the change. And when you do that, there's no stopping you. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.